And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends, and enjoy the show.
Look at this. The Renegade Muscovies. Well, actually, there's about 4 or 5 of them walking around the grass right now. But I looked out from having my coffee at the kitchen table. I said, oh, well, they found a new place they want to be. Actually, I've got to rip that tarp off. It's done, as you can tell from the windstorm we had here. It was a crazy windstorm. I was actually crapping my pants, guys. I got this big, I'm talking big tree beside my power line, which I have to get a crew in to take down, because I can't do it myself. It's too dangerous of a situation. I need a guy to come in with a boom to start taking it down from the top in sections, because it's not even 12 feet beside my main power line, my main post actually. So yesterday with the wind, and it was nuts here, the wind here yesterday. Well, the ducks came off the lake and they stayed in the yard all day. And it was windy. Well, actually, if you're watching the video from yesterday when I was at Robert's, I don't know if it showed up in the video or not, but it sounded like the roof of his big seed shack was going to come off in the wind. And that was because all this warm weather left us, because it's officially back to fall. It's nippy this morning. It's about 4 degrees Celsius right now. And it's only supposed to go to like 8. So, but good morning everybody, and welcome to the duck adventure for, I think it's November the 7th. If I'm wrong, I'll put the date in the screen. I'm going to let off a couple rounds here. We're going to let the ducks out, and I've got to get on with my day. I got lots to do. I want to bring something up because I see it in the comments all the time, and I want everyone to know that I figured if I put this right at the beginning of the video, more people will see it. A lot of people keep telling, I should be a duck farmer. Well, crazy part is yesterday, ironically, when I was up at at Robert's farm picking up feed, and he's been a farmer his whole life, his dad's been a farmer his whole life, and we got talking about making money raising animals for food. And I told him, he asked about the fundraiser, what it cost totally to do the ducks, and how many ducks we got for that much money. And you look at the fundraiser, the total amount, and consider this: $2,200 was taken off the fundraiser because the transport company, picked up the ducks, damn near almost for free, because they were going to the homeless shelter. If you take the total cost and 550 ducks and look at what the end result is, I would have to raise 5,000 ducks in one season, guys, to make it a business. To sustain myself on this property, because to live on this property is almost $36,000 a year to live here with the overhead, with taxes, power, building maintenance, and mortgage payments and all that kind of neat stuff. It's expensive living in the country, and it's expensive taking care of animals. So when you're looking at the profit margin on a free range duck, that you're going to be lucky if you can make $10 a duck profit after all your expenses, and then you got to pay your overhead of the property. There's no money in it. Like, it is the corporations have made it that it's impossible. Like, look at that duck I bought at the grocery store. It's 4.7 pounds, $13. How do you convince somebody that my 5-pound duck is worth $60 when they can buy a 5-pound duck for $13? Even though the taste is like, it's not even remote. I won't eat a $13 duck, put it that way. They're so disgusting. And I love ducks, but if you try to convince somebody that you should pay $60 for this duck, people don't do it. They just won't. They won't pay the money. Your market is so small. And to develop a market, to get known in that circle of people who can afford a $60 duck, it would take years, absolutely 3 to 5 years, before you get a clientele big enough that they could buy 5,000 ducks. And now here's the kicker, guys, is that you've got to house all these frozen ducks. So you got to build a big reefer system. So think about this. That trailer I had last year here held, was it 600 ducks I had in it? That was an 8x8 trailer. Well, to put 5,000 ducks into a freezer, do the math, guys. I would have to have a freezer trailer or a building 10 times the size of what was here. So, there's another expense running a freezer that big, because you can't sell the 5,000 ducks all at once. You're going to have to sell them, piecemeal. You're going to have to deliver them. Then you've got the delivery costs of driving to the city and dropping ducks off, because people won't drive. People are lazy unless you deliver them. So it's like, to do it, and 5,000 ducks, guys, you know, you think, oh, that's $50,000 profit. It's not. It costs 36 grand to be here. You know, and then you're talking about your expenses of running the big reefer, plus the barn's not big enough to have that many breeders, you know, to generate 5,000 ducklings. And the property, you know, the amount of, I would have to have a pen, you know, 10 times the size of what I have. Well, basically, I would have to pen the whole back end of the property. That alone would be a massive expense and time. Like the infrastructure you would have to build to do a 5,000 duck seasonal farm like this, because this is seasonal, it's a free range, you know, it's not a year round where I can, you know, just pump out, you know, 1,000 ducks every, you know, on a rotation basis. This is a one-shot deal. Mother Nature gives us a brief window of opportunity, and you know, and you run with it. You know, there's no money in it. You know, and I never intended to become a duck farmer. I didn't. My intention was to share this experience on YouTube. That's why I started, you know, video logging, and that, and I'm not changing from that. That's my. I believe there's more potential in educating people. There's more reward, I should say, in educating people, you know, on how to ethically raise animals and show them, you know, you can give an animal a really good life and get a premium product, and you know, and do your part to stop, you know, factory farming, you know, factory farm animal cruelty, to be exact, you know, because that's why I started raising my own animals, guys. You know, was because I watched YouTube videos, you know, about the poor animals in our food chain and the way they're treated, and it broke my heart. It ruined me. Okay, like I can't eat pork because of, you know, like I barely eat bacon now. That's how bad it is, because of, you know, until I get my own pigs, because I've seen what the pigs go through, and that I don't like it. It really, it bothers me, our food chain. And that's why I started this, and that's why I started sharing it all, video logging it all. And that's what I plan to do, is that I want to grow the show so that we can do something positive. And I never thought that I would end up being, you know, a duck farmer for the homeless on YouTube. And that, you know, is a hell of a lot more fun. I don't have to deal with the public. I get to deal with you, watching the show, interacting with you, and creating some magic here on, you know, on the little internet thing, and you know, and we can all have fun and do something positive, feel good. You know, we're not just watching a mindless YouTube show. We're watching a show that has a purpose, and our purpose now is to, you know, to feed the homeless. And I'm going to do it again, guys. We're going to do it again. I'm really pumped about it. I think next year is going to be a massive year. I think we got a good winter ahead of us. I'm really pumped about next year, though. Talking to the homeless shelter, I actually was talking to them again on email last night. They sent me another email. They're talking, they're going to be doing a big drop-in ducks roasted supper for the homeless in Toronto, middle of December. And I've got to confirm with them that I can come down in the middle of December. They want to do I guess it's sort of like a Quasimodo Christmas type thing of roasted duck. Those homeless people are going to be blown away. What an ultimate Christmas present, you know, getting a tasty meal like that. I know how good it tastes, and they are in for a flavorful, you know, treat for Christmas. I'm hoping it's the middle of December, and that's what they told me in the email last night. So I'm pumped about it. I think it's probably the best thing that ever happened to this channel, guys. You know, and I honestly, yesterday, Robert and I were also talking. I think honestly it was a good thing that Purina bailed on us, you know, and I really don't care about them. I don't want to do a deal with the corporations. You know, after eating that duck, you know, from King Cole Duck, which is all their ducks are fed with master feeds, which is the exact same formula that Purina uses. I don't want a duck that tastes like that, and I don't want to raise a duck that tastes like that. And you know, and Robert and I were talking yesterday about feed, and his local feed. You know, like he collects his own seed. It's his own seed. They're not hybrids. You know, it's as close as to organic we're going to get. You know, it's not organic, but it's as close as we're going to get. At least it's not GMO. You know, they're getting a good feed, and it shows on the end product. You know, the ducks taste awesome. And if I fed, you know, like if Purina would have, you know, sponsored the show, we would have fed them, you know, Purina pellets the whole year, and I would have had ducks that tasted damn near identical to that duck that I bought at the grocery store, except with a little bit of free range mixed in, you know, and it's like I'm not interested in raising an animal that tastes like that. So I'm going to stick with the local, deal with the local guy. You know, we got a local farmer, we're supporting him, we're giving him money, helps the local economy. That's what it's all about, you know, dealing locally, raising, you know, animals ethically and humanely, growing your own food. That's what this channel is all about, and I'm not going to vary from that path, and I'm not interested, guys. I'm just not interested. And if you see comments about people that, you know, Matt should become a duck farmer, please help me out here and just tell them that I have laid it down. This is the way it is, and we're not varying from this. The channel has a purpose, and we're going to stick to that, and we're not going to vary, because, you know, that's the problem with, you know, channels. You start getting varied off of your path, and then, you know, the storyline, it gets blurred, you know, and I don't want to blur it. I want to stay on what we set out to do, and we're going to keep on this path, and we're just going to keep doing it. So now let's go let the ducks out.
And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends, and enjoy the show.
You shoot the gun off, and they get all worked up. Oh yes, guys, and another thing. Hello, Deadkitten, thank you. And guys, another thing about being a duck farmer is that I would have to raise all the same breed. They would have to be consistent. We couldn't have this potpourri mix of ducks. Because in a commercial farming operation, you can't have you know, the variables. Your ducks would all have to be the same. They would all have to, you know, have the same consistency, the same meat, the same texture. Or limpies come out. You wouldn't be able to have the character, you know, and that's what this is all about. It's, you know, it's having some character and sharing, you know, making it entertainment, you know, and fun, and doing something positive, you know. And that's the thing, you know, I never would have thought that I'd start this channel, that, you know, that I would end up feeding the homeless and touching so many people. Oh, look at the Scobie flying, he's a big one. You know, because, you know, this supper, you know, the middle of December, what the homeless shelter is planning on doing, you know, there could be like 3,500, 4,000 people, you know, coming in for a drop-in meal, eating $50, $60 ducks, guys. You know, like, this is really something awesome. I'm really, really pumped. I think it's just, you know, I'm really, really pumped. I'm lost for words, actually. I'm really excited. I really want to go. And I think by the middle of December, we should be able to pull it off here. You know, think about this, guys. You know, the amount of YouTube videos, you know, where they, you know, the guy walks up to somebody and gives them like $1,000, you know, and they do a video and they, you know, basically exploit the poor homeless guy. You know, giving them $1,000, videotaping it, and then you know, they put it on YouTube, and then turn around and make $50,000, $60,000 in ad revenue off that, you know, that $1,000 video that they gave some poor homeless guy on the street. And that's just exploiting, you know, their misfortune. This is nothing like that. You know, we're truly helping a lot of people here. A lot of people. Like, when you're going to feed, you know, between 3,000 and 4,000 people at a shelter, you know, and we did it. You know, we did it. You, me, and Doug, he helped. You know, we pulled it off. We did it. We raised the ducks. We got them to the market. Or not to the market, but to the shelter. You know, it was... I'm so pumped about what we did. I'm still, like, I think about it, guys. I just, you know, I had this crazy idea, you know, in January about doing this, and, you know, we had a lot of people, you know, when I announced what I was up to, they, you know, we had a lot of negative people that said, you know, it was just stupid, and you know, that I should just be, you know, that back to that duck farmer thing. You know, thinking inside the box. Because, you know, no one's, you know, think about it. Who have you ever heard of that would, you know, work his buns off all year and then give it away? All of it. You know. But I couldn't have done it without your help. Absolutely could not have done it. If it wasn't for you supporting me on this crazy idea that I had. And I truly believe it was the best thing in the world that the feed company bailed on us. Because after, you know, eating that duck that I bought at the grocery store, you know, yesterday Robert and I were talking about that, and I told him. And, you know, Master Feeds is exactly the same as Purina here in Canada. And it's the same formula. There's, you know, everybody's making the same pellets. And their meat building pellet, man, it's got to have a lot of fish meal in it. Because that duck I bought at the grocery store just was the most disgusting thing I've ever eaten. And think about it, we could have raised, you know, all the ducks in that feed if they would have not bailed. And they would have had that, you know, even free ranging we probably would not have taken away that nasty smell. Oh, let's go. Something tells me we've got a bunch of Muscovies going to fly behind us here. Oh. I'm back. My battery went dead. I was recording away and I could see this little yellow thing flashing in the middle of the screen. I'd never seen that before. Then I looked on the top right hand corner of the screen and I could see there was no battery bars. And then boom, the screen went black. This little girl's going to fly. And actually when I went back to get the battery, there was 3 of them up there. So 2 of them have already flown away. Yep, there she goes. Oh, come on. You could have went to the lake. Forgive the camera action this morning, guys. I'm wearing my winter gloves again because it's cool. So my zoom action might not be up to par. But it's still supposed to be a nice day. No rain. Mo. Oh, man. I almost want to catch you and just take you to the lake. I'd have to get the net to catch you, though. And he's so fast. Oh, stripper ducks in the yard. I'm going to catch her and take her to the lake. Relax. You. Come on. Calm down. Oh, you should get used to me by now, the amount of times I've caught you. Oh, poor little duck. Hey, I don't have Doug to help me here. Usually Doug heads are off. Okay, I'm going to put the camera down, guys, and catch her.
And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends and enjoy the show.
She actually cooperated. She only ran about 5-6 feet. She's so tiny. I'm going to take her to the lake. I'm walking through the bush and she's pushing her head against me. Oh, little duck. You remind me of Doug. That's what Doug does. He pushes his head against me like this, sucking up. She's so cute. Of course, when I was leaving the yard, the Muscovies flew. I heard the wing flapping behind me and they were, oh, slippery. They were flying. So we missed that this morning again. All right, little girl. There you go. We're not going to get much filming here, guys. The sun is at the absolute perfect angle. Like you can see on the screen, that's the water droplets from the sun just hitting it, but we got some serious blur happening here. Solar flares, it's pretty crazy. I should be actually at the mouth of the creek for this. Okay, I got rid of the water droplets from stripper duck here. Another beautiful day. Yeah, so last night I came home and which really bothered me. I was driving down the highway and it was dark and I was like, oh boys, it's late. It's like 5:15 and that all my poor ducks are out in the dark and they're not locked up. And But I got home and everybody was in the pen waiting for me. Unfortunately, we got serious solar flares here. And it's good that they're going to this side of the dock for me this morning. And Dougie wanted to come out. Wouldn't you know it? All the mornings I wanted him to come out with me. You know, I can't get him to even wake up. And this morning, at the door, looking at me, oh, I want to come. And he's got such a bad limp today, guys. He was running with the two dogs at the barn, or at the farm. Obviously, there was a barn there, but and he wrenched himself. He was doing fine because I was there. I was talking to Robert for about an hour, and he was running around having a great time. And then all of a sudden, he appeared around the corner with a limp. And he was running his face off because there's two big dogs there, and they were running all over the property. So Dougie's got a limp this morning. I gave him anti-inflammatory when I got home last night. And he got home, he was so excited, and Doug likes to eat his supper at night, even though I feed him in the morning. He refuses to eat in the mornings. He was so excited when he got home that he woofed his food down and then instantly turned around and puked it all back up in the mudroom. He was so worked up. That was quick. The geese are really wound up here this morning, guys. It's too bad the sun is just at the perfect angle here. I'm about 20 minutes late today. That's why the sun is at that height. That's causing us problems. It's Saturday, and I sort of slept in a little bit. It was like 6:30 before I got out of bed, so I'm running behind. Are you going to fly for us there, Mr. Goose? Come on. I bet you're not. I'm so excited, guys, about going to Toronto for the homeless shelter. I'm pumped. I'm really pumped. That's all I can think about, guys. Is finally, seeing, all this hard work and everything, and all this commitment from you guys, supporting the show. We're actually going to see it happen, actually feeding, the people that we set out to feed, helping people that, would never ever get a chance to eat, the caviar of ducks. The duck adventure going to the big city. And it wouldn't have happened without your support. If it wasn't for the fans of this show, I don't know where the show would be right now, actually. Actually, I have no idea where it would be. I honestly don't think it would even exist if you guys wouldn't have stepped up to the plate and saved it. These two females courting this male, and he's like swimming ahead of them. Oh, I had nothing to do with you. So I picked up 10 bags of feed yesterday from Robert, which I'm going to keep feeding them till the call. But I've ordered some pellets, some layer pellets for the ducks to get the eggs started. So that, because I think that's the only reason I'm not getting eggs right now is just because of the feed. I need to crank it up, a notch here on their protein. Ironically, I'm feeding them that Purina stuff, but I'm not. And actually, you know what? I got thinking here when I was putting the new battery in the camera. I noticed the eggs have a bit of a fishy smell to them. You know, and I thought, you know, okay, like how could the ducks have such a fishy smell on their eggs? Well, it totally makes sense now, because the duck I bought at the grocery store smelled exactly the same as my eggs. It's the feed. You know, whatever, you know, the feed companies are putting in the feed, you know, I have a hunch it's some kind of fish meal. Because now, the more I think about it, though my eggs, you know, duck eggs, have that fishy smell, which smelled exactly the same as that duck I bought. It's just a shame that the ducks won't, you know, lay big time on scratch. It's just not enough for them. But I tell you, the scratch and free range and sure makes a nice meat duck. Sparkle ducks. It looks magical. What a beautiful morning though. Even though it's cooler, I've actually unzipped my winter jacket. It's the temperature is climbing pretty good here. Well, I'm gonna go have my breakfast. I'm hungry. And I'm gonna start my day. And I gotta do my edit for you guys for tonight's episode, because yesterday was a two-parter. I didn't realize I shot so much footage, and I'm way behind now in the editing. We're gonna have a slight delay on episodes again. So when you're a one-man show, you know, things pile up here, and I do my best. Okay, these Muscovies are walking. You wonder why they do that when they can fly. And Mo and two others. They're one of the rough ones, actually. Come to think of it, where's Angel? I haven't seen her today again. I think maybe Angel has gone off and done the old Muscovy, you know, go off and die trick. She just disappeared. There's one other female in the pen, and that's it. She might have gone. She might have passed away. You know, they do that. You know, when they know they're dying, they go and sort of like the elephants. You know, they go off to their elephant graveyard. Well, the Muscovies they like to go off on their own and pass on to the other side. But she's nowhere to be found, guys. I'll look later on today. I'll do another scout around, see if I can find her, or at least maybe find her body.
And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends, and enjoy the show.
I can't believe it. There's no ducks on the yard. It's about 3 o'clock. They're not even in the creek. But they're not quacking. Oh, I hear some quacks. Doug's running around the yard barking at crows all day. I've been editing and doing a bunch of little things around the property. I gotta unload the truck now, get the feed, and I'm putting the straw this winter instead of having it in my yard, because I've had enough of this buying tarp crap. So I've cleaned out a spot in the back building, and I'm not gonna inventory as much straw as I usually do. I can run to Roberts and pick it up. So I'm gonna throw the 22 or 23 bales. Robert gave me 3 bales yesterday for free. We were throwing them in the truck. I told him I only wanted 20, and I said, you just threw 23 in. He goes, don't worry about it. He's a good guy. So I'm going to do that right now and get it in the back shed so the straw will stay actually drier, and I don't have to worry about it. And it makes it a lot easier not having a pile of straw in the middle of the yard when it comes to snow plowing. Oh, Dougie, what now? Doug's been going crazy all day. He's not limping today, which makes no sense. Last night, you know, limping, you know, and I did the anti-inflammatory with him last night with his food. And this morning, you know, while he slept most of the morning, being a lazy dog that he is, but he's been running around the yard all day and no problem. I don't know what he's doing. Oh, the ducks are in the creek, actually, guys. They're all in a holding pattern here. I just fired off 5 rounds, so there's just no way anything could be down here. Plus Doug's been running around and barking his head off, so I think the ducks are just waiting to come home, as in they don't want to come home. Hey, enjoy the water while you can, guys. We still don't have any nasty weather. Actually, the next 7 days it's still above 0. Tonight's going down to like -3, but that's it. The rest of the week is the lows are like +1, highs of +8, sunny. So no deep freeze yet. Oh, sorry about the bad camera there, guys. I'm watching the ducks here, and I'm not paying attention to what's on the viewfinder. Dougie's going down to check on the ducks. He's been doing an awesome job running the property today. Just look at him going down, checking on his little duckies, checking back to make sure he's all right. Just look at him. Yeah, he's gonna go down there, and the ducks aren't too worried about him. Ever since I shot that coyote, the relationship between Doug and the ducks, so much more calmer. They don't panic. You know, like before, like when Doug would walk up like that, they would scatter completely, and they just mosey out of the way now. It's like when he herds them, you know, it's a very calm process. But I'm gonna load the truck, feed out, and then back the truck up here and load the straw into the back building. I don't know why I didn't do it last year. Oh, I know why I didn't store the straw in the back building. I had the incubator in the back building. I got some room this year though. The incubator's staying in the house. I'm not going to put it back here. Condensation electronics and temperature swings. It's better if it stays in the back, the house where it's warmer. That way there's less chance of anything going wrong with it next year when we go to use it. You know, something about unloading 9 bags of feed. I've already put 1 in the feeder last night, but it's a lot less daunting than 43. Right, Dougie? My helper. You're going to need another shower tonight, Doug. Ooh. You're just... And that isn't muddy, guys. That's duck feces. Doug, you're covered in duck poop. Alright, let me get this done. Dougie refuses to get in my way. Every time I come over here, he gives me a big kiss. He keeps rubbing against me, and I don't know what part of his body has duck poop and what part doesn't. Doug, oh, you certainly got a lot of duck poop on you, though. You keep looking at the sky. You're looking for crows, aren't you? Eh? My puppy dog. I'm so lucky I found you, Dougie. Okay, there's a bunch of Muscovies at the creek here. Now they just started walking back. I thought they were going to fly for us. So I ran up to the house. I'm out of breath now. Okay, they're flapping their wings. Come on, girls, fly. Oh, I thought for sure this whole group of Muscovies was sitting at the creek, stretching their wings. And I thought for sure. I said, I was working away and I thought, no, don't get the camera, Matt, just forget it, keep working. And you know what, I get the camera and they walk back. Yeah, that's what they're doing. Unbelievable. Actually, guys, when I'm editing, I've noticed that lately, you know, the ducks are causing me to say unbelievable an awful lot. And it keeps reminding me of this channel on YouTube. I don't know if any of you watch it. It's called Community Channel, and she's from Australia. and she cracks me up big time. But every time I say unbelievable, I think of that show, that channel. Oh, there's Limpy. Well, he's not flying back, but he's coming back with his limp. But the Muscovies are walking back. Wouldn't you know it, eh? I grab the camera, get ready, and they don't do it. The rest of the ducks are back, though. I was backing the truck up to the barn. That's when they decided to come. They had a good day. I'm gonna go back to unloading the truck. Wouldn't you know it, eh? I almost tripped. I was running. I was like, okay, get the camera mat. There's like 5 of them. They're gonna fly. Not. Well, I haven't seen any other birds fly, but this male just left, going down to the lake. This is becoming quite a routine here, guys. Muscovies are officially using me just for food, and then they leave. Unbelievable. These birds. Dougie's being a tremendous help here. I'm trying to load the bales onto the wheelbarrow, and he's biting the bales and pulling them out of my hand. Dougie, you want to play, don't you? You're all frisky. All right, this cool air. Frisky dog. Ducks are getting in position. For some reason tonight, guys, I am so hungry. My legs are weak. I don't know what's going on. Alright. No, Doug, no! You're going to tip the wheelbarrow. No, Dougie! No! Don't do that! Okay. The dog... I'm trying to take as many bales at once here, and Doug is pulling the wheelbarrow over. Okay, Doug, stop it. Okay, Doug, eating the wheel. Okay. Does it taste good? What a dog. He's such a good helper. Aren't you? No, Doug, you're going to knock the wheelbarrow over. Oh, you're silly. I'm surprised the ducks are going in. I've got the Olympic lighting on here, and usually when I have it on, the ducks stay in the yard. I was working away and I heard the quacking of happy ducks, and they were all piling into the pen. Well, they know where the safe place is at night. Well, there are some that are juicing it right to the end here because the light's on. Well, this is a much better place for straw. In fact, I'm going to not have the incubator in here, and I forget what else. There was something else in here. Something. It's gone now, whatever it was. I figure I can put about 30, maybe 35 bales in here. It's enough. Just make more trips to Robert. That way it stays dry. No piling them in my driveway. Easier for snow removal. And I'm not dealing with tarps all the time because it's one, the sun just rots the crap out of the tarps. Then the straw gets wet, and then you're dealing with ice and snow on the tarps all the time, and the wind blowing the tarps off, and it's just a royal pain. This way it'll stay perfectly dry. And it's right beside the barn, so it's nice and easy for me to do barn changes, barn cleanouts. I'm getting all screwed up here in my words. It's the end of the day. And like I said, for some reason, I'm really hungry. My legs are weak. The geese came back out, guys. They, this is what happens when you have the yard light on. They come out and graze. They go into the pen and then realize, oh, it's not nighttime yet. It's going to be nighttime in about 2 seconds when I turn this light off. Mo's sleeping outside. He's on the left of the screen there. So here's nighttime, and how fast do the ducks and geese go back into the pen? Well, not that fast, actually. I guess they're waiting for it to sink in or something here. Oh, they're finally going in. Are you going in, ducks? Yep, there they go. It's officially night. Except for Mo. The camera won't focus, guys. Getting too dark here. Mo's the last man standing here. Come on, Mo. In you go. And no sign of Angel, guys. I went looking for Angel. Could not find anywhere. Walked around the property. I have no idea where the duck went to. So she probably went off and died. She probably went off to the Muscovy graveyard and did her thing. Because I couldn't find her anywhere. I walked around the property, looked, didn't even find like tufts of feathers anywhere, you know, if she came to some kind of demise. Just MIA, completely gone. So she's probably, you know, she went in somewhere and hid, and poor little girl died. Well, another one bites the dust in the duck adventure.
And don't forget to like the video and share it with your friends.